Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming. And I'm usually a very shy person, as I always say. And since I never prepare also my speeches, I'm always in trouble here. I always kind of forget something, and later on I get in trouble for that. But anyway, today is a simple speech. It's a day of joy for us. It's a day that we have been waiting for many years. We have been working here at DigiPen for the past, I believe, 23 years, waiting for a day like this one. Hopefully there will be many more days like these, and better ones as well for us and for the entire set of companies that actually support us, and the students, their parents, and everybody else. I of course would like to thank Raymond, who actually presented me as a crazy man. But I think he's even crazier because I was his boss for the past 23 years. Right? Anyway, what I would like to say, this DigiPen was a dream. I mean, it's simply a dream. And when you call something a dream, it's always dangerous because it could turn into a nightmare. And I learned that firsthand at Nintendo one time when we called the project the dream thingy, whatever. It turned out to be one of the most difficult achievements that we had to do. So I always, when I think about this dream of mine, my biggest concern is that it turns into a nightmare. So I've been very vigilant, very strict, and sometimes, draconian, sometimes tyrannical, about every single detail that goes through this building in there, or will go through another building. This building here is actually not a new design. We have been functioning this way at different scales earlier. You will see that this building is just a machine to build people. They will go through phases, and they will go through steps, and finally, they see the door, the light at the end of the gauntlet, and I call it the gauntlet. It's a journey, but it's a very difficult journey to finish. And I try to tell them that from day one. I try to tell them that they should actually follow their education on a daily basis. This is a highly, academical environment. You have to study this, you have to study that. Nobody believes you, right? Then they start suffering. Then they shape up. Then if they don't actually get injured along the way, they may graduate. We have made a promise to the industry. We have made a promise to the students themselves. We have made a promise to the parents that we will not actually compromise in any way or shape giving this education. We have never to my knowledge, graduated as students that will make us ashamed or will make us feel ashamed of ourselves. This promise will renew today in front of you. And more to that, I tell you, for those who are actually hiring our students and giving us a lot of accolades and a lot of credits, if you don't like them, return them. We have a better return policy than any supermarket here. We might even lend you somebody in the meantime. So anyway, I said this is a machine to create people. But this machine is not just walls and tables. As a matter of fact, when we talk about a company, we always talk about a company of people. We are never in the company of tables or computers or anything. So this is a set of people that with me here share the dream. From the students themselves who teach each other, support each other, live here with us, to the faculty that we have, to the administrative person that we have, to the director that we have. Our directors here basically work at all levels. They actually, you see them, you know, jumping at any given level and help from, you know, the cleaning to the actual directing position. I have been supported for many, many years by the same people. I have here in front of me Jason, who was our first employee, and he's still here with me. I don't know how he can bear it, but right. I see John Bauer over there who's shaking his head, right? Our chief financial officer as well. Jason has been with me for the past 23 years, almost to the day, because we have incorporated DigiPen Canada in August 1988. And today our mayor gave us the honor. You made me cry today, yeah? Well, you see, it's not easy, because usually I cry behind closed doors. So, we are basically 23 years old. Jason has been with me for, you know, for the better part of for all of them, not the better part. Him and I, we started it in my basement. This is something that Raymond did not see, you know, because he came maybe 2 years later. I started it in my basement because I heard that you should start any good company in a basement. I heard about these people that made fortunes, you know, coming out of a basement, so I went into the basement. We set up our first token ring, him and I, which actually ran over the OS, which actually took all the power of the computers, so we couldn't do anything else. So we ran the packets, and Michelle, my wife over there, couldn't stand it because in order to test the network, I stayed in the dining room up there, and Jason, obviously, first employee, was in the basement. Right? I was his boss. Let's go to the basement. And I would scream, "Did you get the file?" He would scream, "Yes or no," and then she would scream, "Shut up." And that's how it went. Then we got our first project, him and I, and from there we started, you know, the simulation company. I happened to have actually worked in Japan before as a researcher for the Japanese government, and I have actually developed our 3D pipeline. And then we started utilizing that pipeline to create simulations. We created simulation at the beginning for many scientific things, and they were so boring, you know, like these engineers would come and say, you know, this thing doesn't work this way. I'm saying, no, it's your engine that is wrong, not our simulation, you know that. So from there we moved up slowly into the world of entertainment, and that was, God bless him, a producer of a TV station called CKVU 13 in Canada, in Vancouver, who came to me one day and he said, "Listen, I need to actually do this, you know, all these animations for the movie of the evening." You know, in those days there were no machines in these companies, right? Not like today where you can buy a PC and whatnot, and have your software and do it in-house. So he came, he sat down with me, and we were charging him something like, you know, $500–600 a second, which was unbelievable, right? And then he liked everything we did. You know, I tumbled, you know, the logo, I exploded the logo for him. I'm no artist whatsoever, right? But I did that in front of him, and he loved it. Not only that, you know, we finished the work by Monday, Tuesday. It was like he came on a Thursday. By Monday, Tuesday, he paid us, which was something new to us. So I said to Jason, listen, I'm actually going on a trip to California, and I'm not coming back without entertainment jobs. We finish all these, you know, simulations for engineering, armies, whatever we're doing, you know, let's finish all of that, and we're going Hollywood. We're not going to stay like that. We're going to work with people like these. Those engineers are really boring. So I went there. And we got our first job offer. It was actually to do a 13 episode for Mortal Kombat. An offer, you know, can you do it? We showed them what I did for CKVU 13. They loved it. They said, okay. We were talking business. I came back. We were so excited. Then we realized there was no manpower to do it. We couldn't hire anybody. I was with this job ready to go. Not only that, we were doing some testing for Ren and Stimpy at that time as well, which they loved it, and they were ready to go with the ink and brush on computers instead of the traditional ink and brush. But we couldn't find anybody. Anybody, anybody. So what did I do? I picked up the phone and I called Nintendo.